Hello students, today let us understand the accounting treatment of goodwill when there is a change of profit sharing ratio between or among the partners. Suppose A and B are two partners and their old PSR was 1:2. They decided to change the PSR from 1:2 to a new PSR that is 2:1. So in this case, if you calculate A's gain or sacrifice, then you will find that A has gained 1/3 and B has sacrificed 1/3. So A has gained 1/3 and B sacrifices 1/3. Now, suppose you are given in the question that firm's goodwill, that is the value of the goodwill of the firm calculated by applying any of the three methods that you have learned in chapter 3, namely average profit method, super profit method and capitalization method. Suppose this firm's goodwill, firms means the business's goodwill, the total goodwill of the business that you have calculated is rupees 30,000. So this is the value of firm's goodwill. Now since the PSR has changed, therefore this goodwill is to be adjusted. This is the value of goodwill of the firm, and this goodwill arose or created at a time when A and B were sharing the profits in the ratio 1:2. Subsequently, A and B has changed their PSR and the PSR is now 2:1. So, this goodwill can't belong to the partners in the new PSR. Actually, this goodwill, this asset belongs to partner in the ratio of old profit sharing ratio. Therefore, you cannot distribute this goodwill in the new PSR. Therefore, this goodwill is to be adjusted by way of an accounting entry. In the scheme of adjustment of goodwill, what is done actually is that the gaining partner compensates the sacrificing partner. The gaining partner compensates the sacrificing partner for the amount of profit that he has gained by way of because of change in PSR. So, how it is to be adjusted? Now look at the example. The journal entry that will be passed when the goodwill is not created in the books, that is, goodwill is not raised in the books. In that case, the journal entry that is passed is, since A is gaining, therefore A will pay B. A will pay B the amount of gain, and A's capital account or current account will be debited, and B's capital account or current account will be credited by an amount of 30,000 into 1/3 30,000 into 1/3, and the amount will be 10,000. So A is paying B by debiting his, A is getting his capital account debited for the purpose of payment. He is not paying it in cash. Instead, he is allowing the firm to debit his capital or current account. And capital and current account, you know that if it depends upon the methods of maintaining capital account. For example, if that firm is maintaining the capital accounts on the basis of fixed capital method, then capital account will be debited, then current account will be debited, and if the firm is maintaining capital accounts with the help of fluctuating method, then capital account will be debited. So accordingly, A is paying, therefore A's capital or current account is debited, and since B is receiving the compensation, therefore B's capital or current account will be credited. This is the case when an adjustment entry is passed with the help of gain or sacrifice. There is an alternative method also, that is by raising goodwill account, raising and writing off goodwill account. Now in this case, what we are going to do is that first we are going to raise the goodwill, that is we are going to record this goodwill in the books of the firm. We are going to record the goodwill in the books of the firm, and the journal entry will be goodwill account debit, that is 30,000 with the full value. Look, here we are raising the goodwill account with the full value, that is full value of the asset that has been valued by you by applying any of the three methods. So goodwill account has been debited, and since it is not a purchased goodwill, therefore the firm is not going to pay any cash, therefore cash account cannot be credited. Instead, what we do is that we credit the capital account of the partners, A's capital or current account, depending upon the method of maintaining capital account, to B's capital or current account. This will be done in old PSR, and the old PSR is 1:2. 1:2. So this raising of goodwill will be done. This is raising. We are raising the goodwill, that is we are recording the goodwill. This recording of goodwill will be done in old PSR, and the amount will be credited to A's capital is 10,000 and for B is 20,000. So first entry that we pass is raising of goodwill, and now immediately what we will do is that we will write off this goodwill that has been raised. Actually, you know that Accounting Standard 26 says that you cannot record goodwill. A firm, a business cannot record goodwill in the books until and unless it is a purchased goodwill. That is, a cash has been paid for it. In this case, since cash is not paid, no cash has been paid, therefore, initially we have recorded the goodwill, but immediately what we will do is that we shall write it off by the same amount, that is goodwill will be credited. Goodwill account will be credited by rupees 30,000. So goodwill raised has been written off, and it will be done to the partners. A's capital or current account debit to B's capital or current account, depending upon the method of maintaining the accounts. Now this will be done in new ratio. This will be done in new ratio, and the new ratio is 2:1. So this will be done in the new ratio 2:1. So the amount will be 20,000 and 10,000. The amount will be 20,000 and 10,000. Now if you compare the method 1, if you compare the method 1 with method 2, then you will find that there is no difference between method 1 and method 2. Actually it looks different, but the net effect of both the method is same. Look at the method 1. You will find that in method 1 A's capital has been debited by 10,000, that is A is paying to B 10,000 rupees. In method 2 also you will find that A's capital has been credited by 10,000, but at the same time A's capital gets debited with rupees 20,000. So the net effect is that A's capital has been debited by rupees 10,000. At the same time, in method 1, what we have observed is that B's capital or current account is getting credited by 10,000. And if you observe the net effect of method 2, in this case also you will find that since B's capital is credited by 20,000 initially, but immediately B's capital gets debited by rupees 10,000 also. So the net effect is that B's capital gets credited by rupees 10,000. 20,000 credit, 10,000 debit. So net effect is 10,000 credit, which we have done in method 1 also. So the net effect is same by both the methods. Both the methods gives you the common result. So don't get confused. So you practice it at your home. Try to understand the difference. Then we shall solve the problems. Thank you.